So you've made the great decision to start learning Arabic. But then comes the big question. What version of Arabic should I learn? Is the Saudi dialect the right choice for me? What if I live in Dubai? Would they still be able to understand me? Should I choose the Hijazi or the Najdi dialect? And I made this video to answer all of these questions and more. We will start by looking at what types of Arabic we have, and then we will answer the question, do Arabs understand all of these dialects? And finally, I will tell you how you should choose a dialect to learn. Enjoy. Let's start by talking about the three types of Arabic we have. First, we have the classical Arabic, and this is amazing only if you are interested in religious or historical studies. So you can find this in the Quran and in like really ancient books. However, if you want to order shawarma, this will not be really useful. The second type of Arabic we have is what we call MSA, which stands for Modern Standard Arabic. And this is a simplified and a modernized version of the classical Arabic. And you can find it in formal speeches, you can find it in the news, you can find it in all books and textbooks, you can find it in informal emails, in your phone settings, for example, if your phone is in Arabic. All of these will be in MSA, and basically any form of written Arabic sort of is in MSA. But again, if you want to order shawarma, this will not be useful. So this is only useful if you are interested in studying, for example, in Arabic, or going to university in Arabic or something like that, or like reading books, or I don't know, watching the news, etc. However, if you want to speak with people, then you need to learn a spoken dialect. And spoken dialects are what we use to communicate, either like in our daily life or at work. It's what we use to text, and it's what we use on social media, for example. All the tweets, most of the tweets I would say would be in spoken dialects, and it is what we use to order shawarma. So if you are learning Arabic because you want to communicate with locals and like bond with them and use Arabic in your daily life, a spoken dialect is definitely what you should go for. However, we have three dialect groups that you need to choose from at the beginning. First, we have the Egyptian dialect, and obviously this is used in Egypt. It's very popular because Egypt has like a large population. Next, we have the Levantine dialect, and these dialects are spoken in Syria, Jordan, Palestine, and Lebanon. Finally, the last dialect group we have is the Khaliji dialects or the Gulf dialects, and these are the dialects that you will find in Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, and Oman. Now, each dialect group would have smaller sub-dialects within it, but these smaller dialects within like the same group would be like really similar and close to each other with some differences here and there. So now I want to focus on the sub-dialects of the Khaliji group, and we have three of them just to simplify things. We have the Eastern dialect, which is the dialect you would find in the eastern part of Saudi in cities like Dammam and Al Khubar, Al Dhahran, and also it's what you will find in most of the GCC countries like Kuwait and the UAE and Qatar, etc. Then we have the Najdi dialect, which is the dialect used in the central region of Saudi Arabia, including Riyadh. And finally, we have the Hijazi dialect, which is used in cities like Jeddah, Al-Ta'if, and in the holy cities Mecca and Medina. I will help you choose which dialect to learn in a second. One last thing I want to tell you about. If you are going to use Arabic like in a work environment, then you will use a dialect. However, with time, you will start learning some MSA, like Modern Standard Arabic vocabulary and terms, and using them with your spoken dialect. And this is what we call educated spoken Arabic. So it's basically just a dialect with some modern standard Arabic words here and there. Now, let me start answering the questions I get all the time. First question, what do I teach on this channel? On this channel, I focus on a neutral version of the Najdi dialect. So I teach the Najdi dialect, but I try to avoid like strong regional vocabulary or expressions or features of the dialect to make it understandable to most Arabs. And arguably, this could be thought of as the standard Saudi dialect. So when people think of Saudi dialect, this is the first thing that comes to mind. Let's move on to the next question, which is very important. So all Arabs understand MSA, and this is true. Most Arabs understand MSA, especially if they had like education, right? Because education happens in MSA. So the question is then, should I just learn MSA because everyone understands it? Now, if you're learning Arabic to communicate with others, I don't think learning MSA is good for these reasons. First, yes, they might understand you, but you will not be able to understand them because no one at all speaks in the standard Arabic in their daily life. So they will use their own dialects and then you will be confused. The second reason is that when someone tries to speak to you in MSA, they all put a lot of effort into this and conversations will not really feel real or natural for them because we are not used to use MSA to speak with anyone. And finally, you will find it harder to understand the culture because the culture of any country is like very related to the dialect used in that country and like what to say in certain situations. And we never use MSA for these. So I would say only go for MSA if you want to study in Arabic, if you want to read Arabic books. But if your main goal is to communicate with Arabs, then you should choose a spoken dialect. And that brings me to the next question. So can Arabs understand all of these dialects? The answer is yes. So Egyptian and Levantine and Khaliji dialects are like really understood by most Arabs, and especially because when people from different regions talk to each other, they try to make their dialects a little bit more neutral and they try to avoid using strong regional expressions and vocabulary, and this makes it easier for everyone to understand. And this brings me to the next question. Can I, as a learner, talk to someone speaking another dialect? Let's look at two scenarios. First, if they are speaking another dialect within the same group, and I get asked this all the time, like, can I use this in Jeddah? Can I use this in Dubai? Can I use this in Qatar? The answer is yes. Anything you see on this channel, which is the Najdi dialect, you can use it anywhere and everyone would understand you, especially if you are talking to someone within like the same group. They would also get that you are speaking the Najdi dialect, which is fine. However, when they speak to you, because their dialect is a little bit different, they will have to make some effort to simplify things and to try to speak to you in a dialect closer to Najdi dialect. And this is relatively easy and very doable. So yes, if you learn one dialect, then you can fairly easily communicate with anyone else within the same group. So if you learn Najdi and if you are communicating with Emirati people, that would be fine. If you learn Hijazi and if you go to Riyadh, you will do fine as well. You will just sound like you are coming from Jeddah, which is okay. Now, what if you learn the Najdi dialect, but then you want to talk to someone from Egypt? This is trickier because as a beginner, it will sound like a different language to you to speak with someone who speaks Egyptian. However, they can still try to help you out and try to pronounce things like we do in the Gulf and like avoid Egyptian pronunciation of some letters. And this will make it somewhat doable for you. But I would say as a beginner, it will be like really challenging to talk to someone from a different group. As an intermediate, once you start like learning what are the main differences between these dialect groups, it will make more sense to you and you will start to understand more and more dialects. So which dialect should I learn? I would say choose a dialect that belongs to the group you're interested in. So if you're moving to one of the GCC countries, Dubai, Saudi, Qatar, whatever, make sure at least you are learning a dialect that belongs to the Khaliji dialects, either the Eastern, the Najdi, or the Hijazi. You should also choose a dialect that you can find good resources for. Because at the end of the day, if you live in Qatar and speak like perfect Najdi Arabic, that would be way better than living in Qatar and trying to learn the Qatari dialect and then not finding enough resources and not making much progress. And finally, if you have been learning MSA for a while, then I think maybe choosing the Najdi dialect will make more sense because Najdi is the closest dialect to modern standard Arabic. I hope this video answered your questions about dialects, and let me know if you have any more questions about that topic in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Salam.